Today's video is a special upload, and it is my statement, my position, my words, my thoughts, my feelings about what happened to fellow content creator, YouTuber, Charlie Kirk, who is a conservative commentator. I think most of you know him. I don't need to introduce him, who was shot at one of these events where they go and talk at university campuses to have discourse and debates with oftentimes either usually it's with the students or maybe sometimes a selected speaker. The first thing I want to say, of course, is that what happened is horrific. It's horrendous. It is a tragedy. It does not matter whether you agreed with him, you disagreed with him, you agreed with some things but disagreed with others. I'm not even going to mention that about myself. It does not matter. And anyone who is going to come and tell you, yes, but the fact that you're showing sympathy, does that mean it's their problem? I don't care what this type of people think. So what really matters today is to make a strong statement, condemn this violence, this horrible thing that happened to him. He did not deserve that, no matter what. We do not justify evil. We do not defend evil. We do not explain evil. We condemn evil. And this is what we're doing today. Yesterday I was on Twitter most of the day, and I was, if you want to see my statements, of course there will be a link to my Twitter down below. And one of the things that I was doing was I was refreshing, as I write here, I keep refreshing my page any news on whether or not Charlie made it. As a husband, I cannot even imagine how his wife is feeling right now. This is what was like an unfiltered, of course, statement and that I made. It was a passionate statement. And I do feel that way too. We are heartbroken, both my wife and I. We watched Charlie, because as I say, I watched all sorts of political commentators. And the idea that he was murdered like that was atrocious. It's atrocious. So I watched the video. I'll be honest with you guys. I watched both videos of his shooting, including the close-up, uncensored. I strongly suggest you to not do it because it was horrific. But I did watch it, and I watched it multiple times. The reason why I did that is because on one hand, I wanted to make sure that this was real. And of course, we were in shock. Secondly, I felt like I owed him. I mean, his family had to see that. So I watched it to at least a little bit walk with him, even if it's in the minute possible way. I didn't shield myself from the horror. I watched it. It was horrible. I've never seen so much blood ever in my life. He was just talking. He was still holding the microphone as he fell and his body went limp, still holding the microphone. Before we continue, put away the politics. Put away whatever the heck he may have said and watch this. And let's see if this is going to restore a little bit of humanity onto people. Watch. Once again, my heart goes to the family. My heart goes to his wife. My heart goes to those children that their dad was taken away. Why? Because he had a different opinion? Is that why? Because someone hated him so much because he dared to have a different opinion? This is a test. Watch that video with his little girl running towards her dad and hugging him, which she will not be able to do for the rest of her life. Watch that and see if you still think he deserved it. Because you didn't have your politics. Because this is what people are, even though there may be people that will say, well, we don't know why the shooter did it. Right, but we do know why people are celebrating it. You cannot hide that one. There's no explanation for that one. Who are you? What are you? This is a mirror. Look yourself at the mirror. Watch this video. After watching this, can you still say, yes, but, right, but he deserved it? Or laugh or smile like some influencers. Well, again, I'm going to show names and receipts. You'll see me drop some names today. I want you to see these names. I want you to remember these names and possibly decide whether or not you want to keep following these people. So this is your test of humanity. Once again, as I said on Twitter, I went on a blocking campaign in the sense that every single person under my Twitter who laughs and celebrates his death and says things like, I hope the bullet is all right after touching him. People who are saying this, they're all being blocked. And the same on YouTube. If I'm going to go on a hunt for the comments that are saying this, and I will block every single one of them, even if it means going down to 800,000 subs. I will do it. I'll block every single one of them. And before anyone tries to say, well, what about freedom of speech? The same people and the people that complain about this are those who are pro-hate speech, by the way. If you say that, this is my platform. This is not a public plaza. Freedom of speech doesn't apply. This is my platform. It would be like someone coming to your house and starting insulting your wife. Are they going to be able to claim freedom of speech? Not in your house. You kick them out and they can do it in the streets. That's how it works. Freedom of speech has nothing to do with it. This has to do with human decency. We are losing human decency. This is my statement. Do not stay silent. Condemn those who laugh. And at the same time, show support for his family. Speak against what happened. This is the time to side with good against evil. No compromises. We do not justify evil. We do not excuse evil. We only condemn it. No but, nothing. And I know that the usual people who make videos about me are going to call me a grifter because of this, so be it. I embrace it. Embrace the hatred of your enemies and wear it as a medal of honor. This is not the time for silence. This is a time for indignation. Shine a light on all those who are laughing and celebrating and cheering for the death of a man whose only crime was to speak his opinions. If you disagreed with him, sit down and speak. If your points are better, if your rhetoric is better, if your politics are superior, if your perspective is genuine, you'll have no trouble defeating him in a debate. You won't need to blow his brains out. If you think you have the right to do that, then you're evil. Unsubscribe. So now I'm going to show each and every single creator that I am aware of that has been laughing about this. So let's start. So one person that I would like to praise is Vlogging Through History. As you can see, he has gone on a blocking rage as well because of the people that are laughing and celebrating the death of this man. And he's a great guy, Vlogging Through History, and he has made some fantastic statements. He's one of the good guys. One of the bad guys is Dark Viper at OU. Barely known him because of some beef he had with Penguin, I think. He says every positive post about Charlie Kirk is either ignorance of who he was or unbelievable. Every single one of them. Even people who say, I'm so sorry for his wife and children, he didn't deserve to get shot. Really? Is that you, Dark Viper? Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Who cares? Whatever position he may have had that you think is wrong, it does not justify what happened to him. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter. And it's poor taste to bring it up. So Dark Viper, bad guy. Endymion, we have our disagreements, but I have to say, he was really honest on this one. He was really good on this one. Good guy. People, of course, now are saying, do Zack next. If you see people like this, immediate block. Yuki, she's a VTuber on Twitter. She's fantastic. She's really good. And she was adorable about this, so do follow her. I'll put a link to her Twitch. And before we continue, I know that there have been people that don't believe or are suspicious and are rejecting some statements by those who generally disagreed with Charlie, but now are calling out the horror that happened. We shouldn't do that. We can't really read their heart. We can talk to them and discuss maybe some of the things they said that may have led to this. However, if they are condemning the violence, that's a good thing. Let's focus on the people who are celebrating. Those are the scum we know for a fact are evil. Those are the ones that need to be focused on. In fact, it is possible that I will go live about this. So if I'm missing anyone you know, please let me know in the comments and I will show them on the live stream. Full lights on. Show them all for what they are. There are a lot of posts that have to do with Sucker Punch Studio, and specifically one of the lead developers of Ghost of Yotei, who are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. I want to show you. This is what we're talking about. Making jokes about the name of the shooter and just reposting disgusting statements. I will join a boycott for this game. Do not buy. People need to be held accountable for this. Yeah, look at these students. Look at this. Look at
Charlie
this
Kirk
guy.
got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy. Goodbye.
Wow.
Yeah?
Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed?
That's good.
See?
Wow, that's
Exactly.
good. That's good that people are getting shot just off of political.
This is what a radical looks like. This is what a brainwashed extremist looks like. Show them. Show them on camera. Show each and every single one of them. They have no decency. Look at this guy. Turn to the shooter and celebrate it. I'll have to double check this one though.
We lost a loving husband and a devoted father.
Yeah. Okay. I sincerely want to send my best wishes to his family and children. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, and I'm genuinely so sorry that this happened to you, Charlie. I'm sorry, brother in Christ. Enough is enough. No more. I personally think there is also another reason why, as creators, we are hit by this. It's because at the end of the day, when you turn on a camera towards you, there will be haters. Now, the number of those haters is proportional to the type of controversial issues that you decide to address and your size and level of popularity. But when it comes to me, I have made quite a lot of videos that were considered controversial, and I have been called all sorts of things that someone like him was called as well, multiple times. So it does make you think, in a way, and I've seen this happen from several creators. You project yourself into that, and you think, I have a wife, and you think I have a family, and yeah, there are people that hate me just because I have an opinion, and people have been so radicalized these days. And let's just say it, they've been brainwashed. If you call someone a Nazi 24/7 for a whole year, this is what you want. You're turning up the heat. So it's your rhetoric that is causing this, not his rhetoric. His rhetoric was his belief, and you can just say, I disagree with it. And the idea that he had kids, this is what really broke me. I'm just going to be honest with you. The thought of his children and his wife, which came to my mind 50 seconds after I watched the videos, was worse than seeing the blood pour out of his neck. That was worse. That's what really got me at a human level. It really did. Here's another one. Here's another one that I used to watch many years ago. Thunderfoot. He decided that this was the time to make fun and mock Christians. He thought that this was the right time to be like, why are you angry? If you're a true Christian, he's in heaven now. Right, I can still be angry and upset for his family and the difficult cross that they have to bear. Not to mention, at a human level, the idea that a 31-year-old had to die. And look, he's reposting stuff that is mocking. It's disgusting. Thunderfoot, you are disgusting. You are disgusting. Shame on you. Don't even get me started on Blue Sky. I love how Blue Sky was where all went because they thought X was too vile. And now it's a cesspit of laughs, and it's okay. Maybe that tells you that, yeah, everything, social media there is no way. It's either you disconnect or you will find this everywhere. And in fact, I'm expecting now Blue Sky to censor everything, right? Because that's what they do. That's why people went to Blue Sky, so that this stuff gets censored, because they don't like that X doesn't censor anything, mostly. It does censor some things, but not at the same level. Well, here we are. Blue Sky. More like Black Swamp. And of course, there is Reddit. Reddit is the amount of laughs and celebration and justification. Well, of course, weren't you expecting that? I'm just gonna say it. Because you know me, I just tell it how it is. Reddit is a playable demo of what the circles of hell are going to look like. Feel free. Do your alpha testing. That's where you're all going. Be my guest. Feel free. Do your alpha testing. Do your beta. That's where you're all going anyways. Make yourself comfortable. And don't forget, this is a quick video that I put together and I only had a little bit of time. Tell me in the comments. Give me names. Tell me YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagram people, celebrities, whatever the hell. Tell me their names and I will go and look for the videos. We'll expose them. I will plaster my Twitter with their faces. Counting on you. One last thing I want to say is this. Silence speaks louder than words in this situation. I'm not saying that every YouTuber needs to talk about this. People that do completely different type of content. I mean, it's not their content. They can maybe make a post on Facebook if they feel like it, but they don't have to make a video about it. But people who usually talk about this stuff, the news, whatever happens, people their entire research is scroll through Twitter and make posts about it. Now I'm expecting it. Because if they don't, you know what it means? They don't even need to get political, by the way. They just need to say, this is horrible, I'm against violence, political violence like this is wrong. That's all they need to do. If they don't do that, and this is the one thing they don't talk about, then you know what that means. It means that they're cowards. And they are afraid of upsetting who? They're afraid of upsetting people that disagreed with. No, they're upset because there are people who disagreed with Charlie and still made videos to say this is horrible. So they are pandering to the scum. They're pandering and worrying about the most delusional, disgusting, diabolical, demonic people that are the ones laughing and making TikToks with big smiles and saying, I'm glad he's dead. Those are the people that they care about. So there will be plenty of unsubscribe from me in the next 3 days. I give them 3 days. If they don't talk about this, I'll begin the unsubscribe and never watch ever again. Once again, it's a matter of decency.